So I'm recording this video right smack dab in the middle of summer. If you're visiting Winston-Salem, let me know. Did I miss anything on here? And if you live here, you tell me too. Comment below, did I miss anything? What are some of your favorite things to do in Winston-Salem in the summer? I know about this time, the kids are used to kind of being out of school. They're in their routine, they're getting a little bit bored. So I'm gonna go through some of my favorite things that I like to do in this city. And I tell you, researching this video, I could have just went on and on for a really long time there. Especially for a city this size, there are so many different varied things to do. But anyway, let me know down below, what are some of your favorite things to do in Winston-Salem? I'm Jeff Valentino. I love helping people buy and sell real estate. My contact information is below if you need that. So first thing we can do in the summer is let's do some shopping. One of the places you can almost always find me every Saturday morning in the summer is Cobblestone Farmers Market. It's just off of downtown on Marshall Street. There's a wide variety of not only just fresh produce vendors there, but there are some prepared foods there. They have live music, and it's just a great place to kind of go, spend a little time in the morning, get some coffee, walk around, look at some food, see some people, and just kind of hang out, and it's a great way to start the day on a Saturday. Another favorite place to go shop is Ronaldo Village. This is an outdoor mall area that has a lot of different shops, some different places to eat in there. Bonus tip, it's got probably my favorite dumpling shop in Winston-Salem, Mayway Dumplings, but there are a lot of different shops in Ronaldo Village that you can go see, or right down the street too, go get some coffee at the Airstream trailer. Then if you're heading into the West End neighborhood and you want to do some shopping, head over to Poppy Seed Provisions. This is it's like a new take on the general store, but they have a lot of different local products. Like I said, it's kind of like a throwback, but a new take on that. Anyway, you should go check it out. It's pretty cool. But a bonus for that, in the same building, right just around the corner from Poppy Seed Provisions, just around back or front, depending which way you're looking at it, is Louie and Honey's Kitchen. It used to be Lavender and Honey Kitchen, but Louie and Honey's Kitchen, they got some of the best baked goods in Winston-Salem. So if you're at Poppy Seed, head on over to Louie and Honey's Kitchen and check that out. Then if you want to do some shopping for some local goods, some Winston-Salem swag, head down to Camel City Goods. That's just kind of right at the edge of downtown and the West End neighborhood. It's over by the historic Brookstown Inn. But anyway, they have a lot of Winston-Salem items that they make there. Some really cool mugs, t-shirts, hats, stickers, some artwork from the city, some kind of like retro prints from what the city used to look like. Anyway, it's just a really cool shop. The people that work in there are super nice too. So stop into Camel City Goods. And I mentioned in other videos before, Winston-Salem is awesome at supporting small businesses, so just take a look around. There are so many other boutiques and shops all in like downtown and West End neighborhood, and in Ronaldo there's just a lot of different places to go explore and shop, but those are some of my favorites. Did I miss any good places to shop? Let me know down below. But after you're done shopping and you want to go see some sights, one of the places I love and one of the places we first visited when we first moved here is Ronaldo Gardens. Ronaldo Gardens is on the same property as the Ronaldo House, go figure, but it's a beautiful garden area. It has a big greenhouse as well right on the property, but the gardens and greenhouse are just a great place to just kind of wander around. It's really well taken care of. It's really beautiful there. But really, for some of the best views in the city, in my opinion, is head over to Quarry Park. This is just east of downtown, and they're actually redoing it right now. They're going to add an amphitheater, other different amenities, walking trails. There's already lots of green space there, but that view right out into the quarry, like I said, is one of my favorite views in the city. It's just beautiful. If it's a clear day, walk out there and see all the locks of love. Those are just padlocks that people put all up on the fence in there. But the sights outside of there are just beautiful. If you're in the mood to do a little bit more walking, you can head down to Salem Lake, where you can rent a canoe, or there's a 7-mile loop around the lake if you want to take a really long walk, or you have a bike that you want to ride around there. It's a great bike ride, or you can rent a canoe, go out on the lake. It's beautiful, Salem Lake. Now, if it's just too hot out, which it can be, it can get super hot here and it can get pretty muggy sometimes, so you just want to cool off indoors. A couple places I really like to do that, and if you have kids, take them to Caladium. I'm not 100% sure how to say it, forgive me, Winston-Salem originals. But right downtown is a cool place, especially if you have younger kids. They're going to be redoing that, expanding it in the next few years. It's going to be really awesome, but still cool to go. Took my nephew down there and he loved it. Or if you're a little bit more adventurous, you can also go to Rockbox Bouldering. It has over 5,000 square feet of climbing walls. People from all ages, from small kids up to adults and beyond, can go and climb in there. They have day rates, they have summer camps, they have an all summer pass that you can get. It's a great place to go in there, hang out, test your skill on the climbing walls. Or once you left the Ronaldo Gardens, you can go right into the Ronaldo House that's been converted into a museum as well, with a lot of different artwork in there. But I like it. It just shows a little bit of how the Reynolds family lived at that time. It's really cool. I mean, a giant indoor swimming pool and just, one of those big old mansions that's just really cool to walk through and see. Nice place to go. Learn a lot about Winston-Salem's history. The Ronaldo House right at the same time as Ronaldo Gardens. So then also, it's hot out. You probably want to go get some ice cream. As a matter of fact, I think you should go get some ice cream. Some of my favorite places are Chill Nitro. This is a new place. It just opened up downtown on 4th Street. And this is ice cream that's made to order. They have a bunch of like KitchenAid stand mixers set up, and they use liquid nitrogen, and they make your ice cream for you right on the spot. It's really cool. Kids love to see it. Adults, you can make your ice cream boozy if you want to, and that depends on how my kids have been stressing me that day, if I'm boozy or super boozy. But they have a lot of different flavors and combinations, and it's, like I said, it's just really cool to see your ice cream made right on the spot. It's really unique. Now, just kind of right by Ardmore, near the Thruway Shopping Center on Knollwood, you could also go to Chili Philly, where they sell Philly water ice. I know that as kind of like Italian ice back in Chicago, but just what it sounds like, Italian ice, water ice, whatever you call it. It's cool, it's refreshing, it's not dairy. There's a lot of different flavors that you can get. Chili Philly is an awesome spot to go and cool off. The last place I want to mention about ice cream is like kind of bittersweet is Little Dipper. This was it's either the first or second spot we visited when we came into Winston-Salem. I love that place. It's so cool, but they haven't opened yet this year. I don't know if they're gonna or what's going on. If they don't, it's gonna be a sad day for me. But if they are open, check them out on Instagram or look them up. It's definitely worth a stop. My favorite ice cream in Winston-Salem. So then, sometimes you've shopped, you saw some sights, you had some ice cream, you want to go get wet somewhere. Well, Winston-Salem has lots of different public pools and splash pads for kids. They're listed right on the city's website that you can go check out. So again, there are a lot of different public pools. If you don't want to do that, if you head just about 20 minutes west of town, you can go to Shacktown Falls. It's a cool little waterfall and creek to kind of explore and swim. I've taken my kids there a few times. I just love kind of going exploring around there, going in the waterfalls, swimming in the creek. It's really fun. There's a little trail around there too, so you can get a little bit of a hike in, but Shacktown Falls is a really cool place. Or if you don't want to do that, you're more of the indoor swimming type, head about 20 or 30 minutes east over to Greensboro and go to Wet n Wild. That's like a full-on water park, water slides all over, big pools, kind of like what you've seen in other places. A really cool spot just to go, take the family, have a nice swim, cool off. As much as I talk about food on these videos, you know I'm gonna find somewhere to go and eat outside. And yes, it does get hot in the summer, but these are some of my favorite patios. They have, a lot of them have misters on there, or at nighttime, it does really, even on the really hot days, it tends to really cool off at night, so it is still comfortable to eat outside. Here's some of my favorite patios in Winston-Salem to grab a bite to eat. The first one is my favorite probably. It's 6th and Vine, and I love this place. This seems like really like one of these under the radar places that not a lot of people know about, but it is my favorite patio in Winston-Salem. First off, is the alley when you go down there. It reminds me of like you're in Europe, or what I would imagine you would be in, Europe, going down some cool little street. It's really narrow, it's kind of cobbly street, it's got the string lights going across, it's really cool. So there are some tables out there where you see some people sitting. But once you go back, you'll see the patio just kind of goes and it winds around. It is huge back there. It goes around the building. It's got a couple different areas in there. It can hold large parties or just, small regular restaurant tables. But it's nicely shaded back there. It is really cool. One of my favorite patios to go eat at in Winston-Salem. Another one, if you're doing it in the morning and you're gonna go grab brunch, go to Young Cardinal. It's right downtown Winston-Salem, right on 4th Street. It's great for people watching. The food there is fantastic. A lot of custom breakfast and brunch items that are just really tasty. It's a great spot just to kind of go see. You see all the people downtown. It's a great place to go have food, have a brunch cocktail if you want, and do some people watching at the same time. It's a really great patio right downtown. If you're over on Trade Street, before you go to Mission Pizza that night for dinner, stop at Mojitos for lunch. Some really good Cuban food there, great Cuban sandwiches, tostones, just a lot of really good Cuban food. I won't go on and on about that, but the patio is all covered. There are a lot of picnic tables out there. It's a great spot to go for lunch is what I really enjoy it for. It's a really cool patio out there as well, and you're right by a lot of other different things to do right on Trade Street. And then for a nice spot for dinner, go to Roosters, a Noble Grill. It's outside of downtown. It's actually kind of, it's right off the highway, so it's kind of near Trader Joe's, near Thruway Shopping Center, right down there. It's on Knollwood. But anyway, they just redid their patio, and just in the last week or so of filming this, and I'll tell you, it's beautiful. They got fans out there. It keeps it nice and cool. It's well shaded. They do music out there, and it's just a good restaurant, number one, but two, the patio and just the feel and the vibe out there is really cool that they've redone it. So check out Roosters, a Noble Grill. So now as we're getting to evening hours, you probably want to go and listen to some live music. Winston-Salem, surprisingly, has a lot of places for live music. A lot of different breweries and restaurants will have live music. There are a lot of good places to see live music there. Some of my favorites are going to the Coal Pit. They have, that's right behind the Reynolds building. It's actually where they used to store the coal to power the factory, so called the Coal Pit. Again, it's one of those, it's just a cool place. It's all surrounded in kind of cement, and it's got string lights and a lot of people hanging out back there. There's a couple restaurants, Gino Forno, there's a brewery, there's an ice cream place, chocolate factory, 600 Degrees is there. But anyway, in the Coal Pit, every other week they have live music, so check that schedule there. But like I said, every other week they're having concerts, and, you know, surprisingly, everything from, you know, bands from like the 90s that you probably heard of, like older alternative bands, to cover bands, to, you know, newer up and coming stuff. A lot of different variations of music that go on in the Coal Pit. The other one, surprisingly, is Shallowford Square in Louisville. So right downtown Louisville, they have in Shallowford Square a little amphitheater that's right around downtown, and about twice a month they have free concerts out there. They have a food truck festival there. But check on the Town of Louisville's website for the schedule on those bands. They have some surprisingly good, you know, just fun, family-friendly bands, you know, like the 80s and 90s cover bands and stuff like that. That's just a good time just to go out and just kind of relax. You can bring the kids. It's a cool place to go see some music. And then if you want to go see an indoor show, check out what's going on at the Ramcat. They have stuff going on there all the time. Bands that were, you know, popular back in the day are kind of coming up now, and everything in between. So check out a show at the Ramcat, or go down to Monstercade. They have some more eclectic bands, and that place is just eclectic in itself, but it's a really cool place to go see live music as well. And then if you want some cool places just to go hang and have a drink, some cool hangs and drinks, that's what we'll label this one. Cool hangs and drinks. One of my favorites is West Salem Public House. West Salem Public House is just what it says. It's modeled after one of those old school public houses where the community would come and gather. It's got one of my favorite backyards just to kind of go hang out in Winston-Salem. A lot of picnic tables back there. They're always doing some kind of live music back there, or they're having different chefs from all over the area do pop-up, or they have food trucks. It's really shaded in the back, so the temperature gets comfortable really easily. Inside they have beer and wine, they have soft drinks. You're welcome to bring kids again there. It's right next to an urban farm. It's just a really cool place just to kind of go relax and hang and have a drink or two. Then if you're in the mood for a cocktail, Joiners is an awesome cocktail bar. They have some food and snacks, really, really good cocktails. There's a couple different secret rooms back there that you can go and sit in, but just a really good place to go kind of sit and hang out. On the brewery end of things, there's a lot of breweries in Winston-Salem. Radar Brewing is a newer one. They have a nice patio and a really cool, more modern, a little bit different take on the brewery. Their indoor space is more modern, and it's just kind of a cool aesthetic in there, so that's a good place just to kind of go and hang out as well. If you made it this far, you're at the bonus section. Congratulations. I appreciate you watching this. But a couple places are my favorite places in the summer on those summer nights to go and watch a sunset. The first one is We're going back to Quarry Park. The sunset over that, it kind of sets over the skyline and the city, and it's just beautiful looking out on the quarry and the lake down there. It's, like I said, one of my favorite views in the city, but at sunset too, it's just really chef's kiss. Then another one, if you want to make, about a 30-minute drive outside of town, you can head to Pilot Mountain and see a sunset there. Just beautiful. It's a view unlike any other that I've seen in or around the city. It's just really cool because you're up higher and you're looking down back at the sunset, and it's just really pretty. It doesn't usually get really crowded up there the few times I've been either. I've heard in some places it can be, but I haven't experienced that. But it's an awesome place to go and watch the sunset. If you or someone you know are looking to buy or sell real estate in the Winston-Salem area, I'd love to be a resource for you. You can reach out to me directly at jeff@govalentino.com. Thanks.